today.
We spent hours photoshopping. Now, with 23 prequels at a rumoured cost of more than $300 million, the latest James Bond film has got a fair bit to live up to, I'm sure you'll agree, but some critics are saying that Spectre is lacklustre, as the name suggests.
The movie is out in cinemas next week, so we sent our Bond fan and lookalike movie man Jason Jabba Davis to investigate. Joins us now. Jabba, what did you think? Lacklustre?
I'm sorry that I couldn't bring in the Daniel Craig Speedos and emerge from water as he did in his first one. It's probably for the best. Look, Spectre is spectacular. The opening sequence sees Bond at a Day of the Dead festival.
Oh, Dia de los Muertos.
In Mexico City, Andrew, exactly right. He is following on the narrative that's been established over the last couple of Daniel Craig Bond films, which is to, of course, from Skyfall, find out who is behind the murder of M, Judi Dench. And I have to say, I missed Judi Dench in this film. She is definitely absent. In her place, Ralph Fiennes? Yeah, I never get his name right. He's the new M. I really missed having a woman that Bond was answerable to. She was always the mother figure, and as an orphan, you know, she was the one that he responded to. But the action in this film is spectacular, and the villain is the very villainous Christoph Waltz. Let's take a look at Spectre.
You must know by now that the 00 program is officially dead. Which leads me to speculate exactly why you came. So, James, why did you come?
I came here to kill you.
And I thought you came here to die.
Well, it's all a matter of perspective.
Gee, they missed an opportunity for a great double entendre when he said, James, why did you come?
It's a little bit Austin Powers, I've got to say, Christoph Waltz. And if you've noticed the cut of his suit, sharp-eyed fans might pick exactly who he is. He is a character that's been running through the Bond narrative since Thunderball. This film joins the dots not only through the Daniel Craig narrative, but all the way back through to the very early Bonds. So it is like a best-of album of your favourite band, like an AC/DC best-of. You know what you're getting. It's got your favourite tracks in there. There's maybe nothing new, but still spectacular.
4 stars.
4 out of 5.
4 stars for Spectre. It is out this Thursday. Definitely see that.
Good stuff.
There's so much stuff happening, you know, in the next 12 months. Of course, we're going to take a look at the brand new Star Wars trailer in just a second that's dropped in Japan. But there's a film coming out next year called Warcraft, which is directed by David Bowie's son, Duncan Jones. This is going to be a massive film in the vein of Jurassic World, which is the biggest film this year.
Is it based on a video game?
It's based on a video game. Let's find out a bit more. We caught up with Duncan.
Our world is dying. There is nothing to go back to. If our people are to survive, we must make a home here.
Even if you've never played a computer game in your life, you've probably heard of World of Warcraft. The game has spawned dozens of spin-offs and created an entire world of history. That world is being brought to life in a new movie, directed by another person you may have heard of, David Bowie's son, Duncan Jones.
Duncan Jones, welcome to Weekend Sunrise, mate. What made you decide to direct a movie based on a video game?
You may know I'm a big player of video games, computer games, have been my whole life. You know, brought up on Ataris and Commodore 64s and Amigas. I think the comic book guys have had a fantastic run and are riding on a high right now with making comic book movies. But I think there's those of us who really played a lot of video games who want to try and do the same things for that entertainment medium.
Comic book movies have certainly made a mozza at the box office, but video games haven't scored as successfully.
For orcs, there is no other life but war. No, but with the humans' help, there could be.
Why are you here?
To save our people.
How do you walk the tightrope of expectations between the fans of the game and an average cinema goer in delivering a film that leaves everyone satisfied?
Whether it's a video game or any other source material, David Fincher was able to take Facebook and turn it into an incredibly impressive movie in Social Network. So it's not really what the source material is, it's what the filmmaker sees in it and how serious they take it and care about it and what they do with it.
Duncan's certainly made of the right stuff. His dad, David Bowie, is an icon of the entertainment industry.
Your next film, Mute, is set in Berlin, where you were born and where your father got a lot of his artistic inspiration. How much does your relationship with him influence your filmmaking?
He's a good fella. I had a very fortunate upbringing in that I got to travel a lot when I was growing up. And Berlin is kind of becoming a modern Casablanca. Germany is one of the few countries in Europe which is actually accepting and inviting a large amount of immigration of peoples coming into that country.
Mate, back to Warcraft, and according to YouTube, this movie won't suck because Duncan Jones is the son of David Bowie, and Bowie doesn't breed losers.
I think you're going to enjoy it.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you very much.
Whatever you plan to do, do it now!
Oh yeah, Warcraft drops in June next year, something that is dropping a week before Christmas. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. We've been alerted to a Japanese trailer that's been released that has a few extra scenes. Ooh. This one is for big fans of Star Wars. See if you can spot the differences.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Where do you come from? I know all about waiting. For my family.
I will fulfill our destiny. I will finish what you started.
I don't know your name.
Finn.
I'm right. There are stories about what happened.
The Force. It's true. All of it.
Hope is not lost today. It is found.
Arigato gozaimasu, Jabba-san.
Domo arigato.
How good are you reading those characters? Because I could swear that said I'll have a Sapporo with my sea urchin.
That is the Japanese trailer for Star Wars. I'm going to go and watch that again in my car. Thanks, Scott.
Not while you're driving, anyway. So, Jad, the big question in our household is we're going to do the Star Wars, you know, before we go and see this. We're
All
going to
six.
sit through all six of them.
True.
Do you watch them in the chronology of the narrative or chronology of their release?
Oh, the narrative, surely.
The narrative, yeah. So Return of the Jedi, Episode 6, that needs to go.
So you got to watch all the dumb ones first.
Oh, should we all get together and watch it in Jabba's car?
Let's do it, the one with Jabba the Hutt, before you go.
All right, don't go anywhere. We can start right back in a moment.